This amazing pizza recipe was graciously contributed by my sister-in-law, Yessie. Thanks, Yessie. Here we go. Okay, you're going to start off with a slab of pork shoulder. This is actually pork butt because that's all they had, but you can use either or. And you're going to cut it into large chunks. You're going to use lemon and pepper seasoning just by itself, no salt or anything. And it really brings out the flavor of the pork. So just rub that on there. And then you're going to add the large chunks of pork into a crock pot on high. If you don't have a crock pot, just use a pot on the stovetop. Okay, here we have 2 serrano peppers, about 7 large tomatillos, 1 large white onion cut in half, 2 Anaheim peppers, and 2 poblano peppers. Okay, you're gonna wash them, dry them, and coat them with some olive oil. And then you're gonna put them on the baking sheet. And you're gonna broil them for about 12 to 13 minutes. Flip them halfway through the process and make sure they look like this when you're done. Okay, so here you have about a tablespoon of garlic. It could be fresh, and a half a bunch of cilantro, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon, and 1 teaspoon cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano. Take all these seasonings, put them in the blender along with all the chiles, all the tomatillos, the onion, cilantro, and garlic, along with 2.5 cups of chicken broth. You're going to blend them all together. And this is what you'll have once it's blended, and just add it to the pork meat. You can either cook it on high in your crock pot until it's fork tender, about 3 hours, or on the stovetop for about 1.5 hours. As long as at the end of the cooking process, this is what it looks like. You'll be able to shred it very effortlessly, and you can add some of the broth that's in the pot just so that it doesn't dry out. Okay, and the rest of that broth, you're going to put it in a saucepan on medium-low, and it's going to reduce down to this consistency. You want a saucy, thick consistency, and that is going to be your base. Just use your favorite pizza dough. It can be store-bought, whatever you'd like, and just shape it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Spread that sauce as your base. That's going to be your pizza sauce, and then you're going to add just the saucy meat on top. You don't want it dry. You don't want your pizza to dry out, so just it should have this look and consistency. And then you're just gonna add cheese on top. Right here I'm using mozzarella, and this pizza is going to go in a 475-degree oven for about 15 minutes. If you have a pizza stone, please use the pizza stone, but if not, that's fine. You can also use a cookie sheet. If you leave it in the oven while the oven is preheating, it'll get nice and hot, and you can use that as a stone. But if not, just bake it, and this is what it should look like. Thanks for watching.